Alrighty, we are live. I think Deborah's details were supposed to be live by now, but they haven't dropped yet. So I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for, but it's fine. If it is a little later, we can wait. Supposedly the data download is going to be in an hour. That's what I've been reading, is supposed to be in an hour, so a little shocking we don't have details here. So we'll see what they do here, but yeah, I don't see anything from the Dokkan side of things here. That's fine. What we'll do is just calc the Super EZA INT UI, and then we'll go ahead and take care of Deborah and all that stuff soon. I mean, at the bare minimum, it's going to be 4 a.m. because that is when the data download drops for Dokkan. So a little confusing here why they haven't dropped anything on Deborah just yet. So I guess 4 o'clock. I guess we'll get information for Deborah at 4 o'clock. Not exactly ideal for sure, but again, we'll go ahead and calc. Super EZA INT UI while we wait. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna keep my Twitter around just so that I can take a look at it. But let's go ahead and see how good this INT UI actually is. From my initial reactions, this guy looks pretty good. I don't think it's anything out of this world, but this unit does look really good. The stats you're going to see on here are going to be my INT UI stats on attack and defense. This is a rainbowed INT UI with defensive equips. You'll see on the link skills, I already have them calculated. This is him next to Fizz UI. And of course, with that being the case, he will also get 60%, not that, 60% passive to attack and defense, which is going to help him a ton. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. There really isn't too much more to add into this. So, a key +2, 200% attack and defense for his base kit. Also, let me know if the music's too loud or not. Of course, I can adjust things as we go here. So if it is a little too loud, just let me know. All right, 200% attack and defense. When attacking, 200% attack. So that's going to be multiplicative attack. I'm going to go ahead and remove the 1.5. I like to do this so you can get a better idea of what damage he actually is doing. This is the number that you will actually see on the circle in the corner. When 3 or more Realm Guides or Universal Survival Saga allies are attacking in a turn, 150% attack and defense, which is very easy to do. 350% and 350%. When receiving an attack, you get 150% attack or defense, and then you also gain a chance of evading 20% up. So how I imagine that procs is you do have to get hit first. So we'll see if he can tank a normal. That will be interesting. But so when receiving an attack, he gets 150% attack defense. Tough. For me, it's really late right now, so I mean, it's actually kind of shocking you have class. I guess the time zones really can be different like that. INT UI for the first 3 turns has 200% extra defense there as well. So, which is good, but you do have to consider the fact this guy is 0 damage reduction. This guy has no guard, right? So, I think at the end of the day, we're kind of in this world where he's still going to take a ton of damage. Yeah. And then after invading attack, he gets another 100% defense, which is, I believe, multiplicative. Okay. All right. Well, I've just started calcing him, so I'll let you know when I'm a little further down the calcing road. You'd think his defense would be higher with these numbers. Again, I understand that. I understand it's a TUR. I understand he's really not meant to tank much. But I think my concern is more so the fact that if he receives an attack, right, he's expected to tank at least one hit because he has a chance of evading enemy sec plus 20% after when receiving. So, okay, here's one thing though. Maybe I'm misinterpreting this language. When receiving an attack, that's just the action, right? Like if you dodge it, you still get 20%, right? I'm not exactly certain there. Better than AGL MUI Goku anyways. Yes, he is, but well, yes and no. AGL MUI at least has a building dodge. I'm trying to get a grasp on how his dodge. I believe, and it's maybe just because it's really late and maybe I'm just not thinking straight, but I think that procs when any attack is directed towards him, so he should have 90% dodge on turn 1. Okay. I mean, 2 million defense is not great, but it's a UI. When is their defense ever really matter? Any guaranteed additional supers? 1. Okay. So let's say, let's see here, because he stacks. It's a 20% stack. Let's just say that's what you get. You have a bad turn. You don't get the hippo. You're doing about a 29 mil super, and you have about 3 mil defense. Not amazing, but it'll do. This will also be the same thing he has on turn 3. So you'll do it again. Let's say this time you get the hidden potential. So about 4.3 million defense and 100%, or sorry, and then 32 mil supers before we even go MUI. Not bad. I think that's a pretty solid showing from this Goku. Not an amazing showing, but it's a solid showing. Not the craziest damage in the world. I think we'll see that damage increase once we go into MUI. Let's go ahead and kind of do that. All right, so yep. So MUI starts with 250% attack and defense. When attacking, it goes up to 300% here. So far, nothing's really changed. Let's go to 450 now. Okay. Oh my gosh. This guy's doing 50 mil supers in this form? And then I don't really think, is that all his attack? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Still, 50 mil is a ton of damage. Okay. Gosh, and he has 77% chance to crit. Yeah, he's gonna be doing some good damage. And now I can super guaranteed 3 times a turn. So let's just say he has his guarantees this turn. 54 mil. When receiving an attack, 200%. So 260. And then after evading, whoa, that's a ton. 410? Okay. And this is 450. So about 6 mil defense. This is turn 5. This is turn 5 UI Goku. Honest turn is guaranteed dodge anyway, so it doesn't matter. So what is he gonna look like on the next turn? This is turn 7 when he goes down to 87% dodge. Let's say you do get the hidden potential dodge this time, not 2,000, 200. And then 200 here as well. 6.8 mil defense. I like that. He has a scatter for his first 4 turns as well in MUI. Oh, well, he doesn't. Well, let's turn this down. It's only on his first turn does he get an additional super. So he'll go back down. Let's just go back down to 180. Still 6.4 though. That's pretty good. And then you're back down to doing just the 2 to the 3 supers. Yeah, you're down to doing the 3 supers. I mean, he's still dodge or die, but once you get to turn 7 and he's able to tank. He's able to tank. Wow. Normals. I mean, fairly easily. I'm not even talking about like we're having to stretch this. Like, he has 6 million defense. That's really good. I mean, no guard sucks. Like, let's be real. No guard, no damage reduction, nothing. Could he be very impactful in Festival of Battles? I think there's a world where that exists. I think there's a world where that exists. Let's see here. So this is turn 7. Let's just say you get to turn 50, so another 43 turns. 22 of those turns are normal, and then let's do 23 are normal, 20 are with the hit of digital procs. So 20 turns with 23 turns with 20%. Hold on. Oh, I'm done though. You wouldn't do that every single turn. So hold up. So it's get the turn 50. You're on turn 7. So from turn 9 on, you have 41, and so that means you'll actually have 21 turns. Of those 21 turns, I'll say 11 of those are normal, and 10 of those you get the extra proc. So 11 times 40 is 440. So that'd be 620. And that'd be the same here as well. Then we're gonna add the extra 10 with the hidden potential proc. Wow. This guy can actually just straight up tank everything at the end. So now the question is what does it take for this UI to become impactful defensively in the meta we are in now? So, well, in longer fights, I think Omega Shenron's a great example. This fight goes 15 turns sometimes. So let's give him, this is turn 7. So we have turn 9, turn 11, turn 13, turn 15. So another 4 turns. Let's give him 260. And then let's give him, the other 2 turns will be him at 60%, so 120. So we have 420. About an 11 mil defense. I think this guy is either really short or really long use. Even in this Omega fight, I still probably wouldn't bank on this guy tanking anything. If he gets hit, he's dead. But the cool thing is this unit does become a pretty defensive juggernaut if fights get super long. His damage is interesting. It's gonna be a flatline 55 mil, 55 mil once you get to UI Goku, the MUI version. It is not calculating domains or whatever. Of course, this UI could hit harder and be tankier. All of that, shebang that you can get from him. I think he's a really good unit. He's gonna have a lot of mechanics. He's definitely gonna be dodge or die though. There's not really a failsafe to this unit. His UI Omen form is probably not as strong as I thought it would be, especially because you have to consider the fact that you go 90% dodge and then you go right into 70% dodge. And you do want to stack with him, but I guess if you float UI, then you will have a 90% dodge turn into a 100% dodge turn into a 87% dodge turn. So technically this unit as a floater is fantastic. They provide P support. You know, there's a lot of good things that go his way, but if you're wanting this guy to be a main rotation staple and actually be able to tank units attacks, you're gonna need a healthy amount of stacks to do so. Where would I rank? I mean, he's definitely the best Super EZA we have right now, and I don't think it's close, but I don't know where to put this guy at. Like, there's a part of me is like, is the fact that he's dodge or die gonna hurt him? Not really, because it's all UI Gokus, and I feel like that the fact that he has these really high levels of dodge and guaranteed turns and really good damage, and he actually does stack, so in fights like festival battles, he's actually very usable in a prominent force, honestly, that could completely just destroy that fight just by himself. Yeah, and the cool thing about this UI Goku is, let's say you do want to kind of save his ability to go into MUI, you could try to avoid fulfilling his condition to go into MUI. The issue is it's going to be really hard to do that because it's a full rotation of Realm of Gods, USS, or Turtle School, and I feel like you're going to do all of that if you're running this guy. So it's gonna be a little hard to control it, but if there's a way around it, you know, holding on to MUI would probably be the best move, because I mean, 70% dodge and 77% dodge is really not that much different. So again, let's go back to Omega, for example. Omega is a great example of a fight where, you know, maybe you want to hold on to the MUI a little longer. You know, maybe there's even a world where you exhaust UI Goku for his first 3 turns and then float him. So then you come back and you have a turn 6 MUI Goku instead of a turn 4 MUI Goku. But statistically, he looks good. I mean, nothing crazy. Again, there's other things that could occur, right? Like, Tech UI domain, AGL Jiren support. I mean, this guy can hit harder, but this is just his realistic scenario. I'm not gonna add more. I'm not gonna fine tune more for you. This is pretty much right in your face, right? It's really hard to exaggerate what you're going to see from this guy. Now, of course, are there floaters? Are there supporters? Oh yeah, of course. This guy can be way tankier than he is right now, but I still think he's a very solid unit. I do think he can tank a majority of normals in his game post turn 5, which is really, really good, because you have to consider if he's only dodge or die versus supers, that's a dub. That's a big win. But yeah, I mean, like, for example, is this guy usable in the greatest Taurus full power Jiren fight? No. I would absolutely not run this guy in the greatest Taurus full power Jiren fight. But like, Go Frieza, you know, all of them, those are guys you probably want to use them for. So yeah, looks pretty good so far. Yeah, kind of wish there was more to calc right now, because we are waiting for, I was kind of hoping to get both of those done right now. So a little sad that I cannot. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as that. I don't think there's a reason. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and really extend this much longer. So I probably will pop back in for Goku Calcs, and that'll be all for this. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for stopping by and here for the Super EZA INT UI Calcs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.